Welcome, Thunderbird Nation, to the Thunderbird Coaches Show. I'm your host, Jon Smith. With me today is our heavily mustachioed head coach, Delane Fitzgerald, and our Visit Cedar City Bryan Head student spotlight, Henry Harper. Welcome to the show, men.
Thanks for having me.
John, thanks for having us.
Coach, mustache madness continues in Cedar City.
John, it seems to be on the right side of good luck, so we'll keep it for a few more weeks.
Well, yeah, you got to keep that dirt squirrel up there, perched firmly up on that lip. I hope we keep it going until Thanksgiving, and then maybe even after.
What a piece of work he is! Like he sits around all week and comes up with a couple new nicknames.
Yeah. Got to keep it fresh, Coach.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Got to keep it fresh.
If I was worried about keeping it fresh, I wouldn't have this 1970s stash.
I'll tell you what right now. I know Gillette is not going to be a sponsor of the show because not a lot of shaving going on, which is a good thing. There's good reasons. Coach, EKU, we went down to Richmond, Kentucky. I'm gonna give a little preview to the people though first about kind of the fan experience, and then we'll talk about the game. This was a great one, guys. We go out to Eastern Kentucky, probably the smoothest trip I've been on all year. So shout out Ryan Hunt. We were treated to the Kentucky Wildcat experience. So we went over to the University of Kentucky there in Lexington. We were greeted there by Chad, their kind of leader of facilities and things like that, athletic facilities. Critter, also former Wildcat, former T-Bird, now current T-Bird again, was there, and we had a tour of their facility. Outrageous. The SEC does things different, ladies and gentlemen. And we're excited to go to the Big Sky, but let me tell you, SEC knows what's going on when it comes to hospitality. Wild. We went through their suites. We went through their practice facility, their weight room, their indoor practice facility, their outdoor practice facility. Crazy.
So over the last couple of weeks, our charter to Eastern Kentucky filled up. And I said, you know what? We've gotten hot. Henry's playing better football. I'm coaching better football. There's people going to Richmond, Kentucky to see us play. Mm-hmm. Lo and behold, Henry, about this time last week, I figure out why the charter has filled up.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to go see UK play basketball. It had nothing to do with me and you, nothing to do with football. Nothing.
After we had our taste
terrible,
of UK football.
Terrible.
We went to see where they really spend their money. Football's nice, but let me tell you, basketball, holy cow, that's a different religion out there.
They like basketball there.
Oh my goodness, like 24,000 in Rupp Arena, something like that.
Exactly 20 falls ago, so 20 years ago, I'm coaching small college football in that area, and we would go through Lexington to play a bunch of the teams on our schedule. And the head coach, he had an in with the facilities people at Kentucky, and we would stop and do our walkthrough on Fridays at Kentucky. So I haven't seen him in the last 2 decades, but I used to tell our head guy, Dino Cacklis. I used to say, Dino, I'm not sure it's a real good idea for us to come from our facilities and stop at Kentucky on the way to some more NAIA facilities. I'm not sure that's helping.
Let me tell you, look, it gets the motors turning, and you never know when a donor or a fan maybe has a good lick in the stock market and comes calling. You never know, right? So we're just giving people ideas of maybe what happens if they hit the Powerball, and we could go do some cool stuff.
If you think that works, I'm going to sit and nod my head and agree with you.
I'll tell you what, even if it doesn't work, it was awfully fun to do and attend.
As you say that, while we live in a state that doesn't participate in the Powerball.
I'll tell you what, it is a short drive to Nevada, Coach. And if you're ever in northern Utah, you can always head on up to Wyoming. There's a way where there's a will. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, the point being, great experience. Southern Utah University Athletics always does a great job in hosting donors and dignitaries and things like that. Quick shout out to Taylor Bell's soft serve ice cream. Oh my gosh, legit. Regan knows what I'm talking about. They probably make enough to buy us a new stadium just off soft serve, man. $7 a pop. It was good, but dang, inflation and whatnot. Taylor Bell's, They probably drive Rolls Royce to work.
It's been one of my retirement thoughts is to get an ice cream stand, just sling ice cream.
That's not a bad idea in this state either.
Ever since I saw the reel of Nick Saban saying if you want to make people happy, serve ice cream.
Ice cream. Another side note, I mean, we're wasting time here, so I'll get to the point, but more ice cream freezers in the football hospitality area per square foot than maybe anywhere I've ever been in the nation. They like their ice cream. It is wild. I'm not kidding you. Every single floor, boom. Every single room, in the media room, in the suites, in the hallway, there is ice cream everywhere. So maybe that's the key to being good at basketball.
Ernie's is more than just a gas stop. It's your one-stop spot for fuel, fresh food, and friendly service. With locations across southern Utah, including one right here in Cedar City, Ernie's makes it easy to fill up and fuel up. Don't forget, Ernie's is home of the world-famous chicken strips, a local favorite that keeps fans coming back. Proudly supporting SUU athletics and proudly serving our community. Stop by Ernie's in Cedar City today.
Let's talk about this weekend. So we got spoiled. We went to these great things, and we saw the thing. We had the ice cream, and then we woke up with bad intentions. It was time to go play Eastern Kentucky. Coach, let's talk about that game that occurred here on Saturday this last weekend. EKU's a kind of a football legacy. Big national title runs there in the 80s. Was it the 80s? I think it was the
late
80s.
Late 70s, early 80s.
Kind of a – go ahead.
Went to 4 straight national title
There
games.
you go. Yeah.
Roy Kidd, who is a coach and legend. Roy Kidd won the second most games at what's now called the FCS level. He won the second most games all time to Eddie Robinson. But 4 straight national title games, won 2 of them. Roy Kidd won 300-plus football games in his career. Kentucky guy, spent his whole life there. Just a really good story. But their legacy as a coaching factory and coaches that have come through there and great players that have come through there is pretty good.
Yeah, they're a perennial playoff team. Like you mentioned, the national titles, Roy Kidd's legacy, all that. Really cool. Let's talk about the game. How good's your team playing right now?
Playing really well. Got coaches that are working really, really hard, and players that are working really hard. And John, nobody outworks us Sunday to Sunday. No one outworks us, and then our guys are just playing extremely hard on Saturday. And we show up determined, and we're ready to go for 3 straight hours. And there's an opponent. There's an opponent or two that are not ready to do that. And when they're not ready to play hard, we take advantage of it.
Yeah. All 3 phases are starting to click. So. I'm sure you've had teams, you've been a coach a long time, won a lot of football games, but how cool is it that you look at the stats, you look at how the guys are playing, and you're winning the battle in special teams, you're winning the battle in offense and in defense. All 3 phases clicking. I mean, if there's any FCS riders out there, we run the table. Remember, FCS football riders, SUU is really on one, and we're on a heater. So
we're 12 straight. So 12 straight phases of the game go all the way back to Abilene 4 games ago, and we're winning on offense, defense, and special teams. 4 straight games, all 3 phases, 12 straight phases. Guys are playing really well, balled in, and extremely focused, and just an intensity that we're going to stick to it for the whole time we're there.
Let's talk a little specifics on the football game. So I think we received the ball first, go down and have a nice drive. Step us through the first half.
We take the ball. We win the coin toss. We take the football. We go down the field and get a field goal. That they return the favor and come down the field and get a field goal. Later on in the half, we score 2 touchdowns. They score 2 touchdowns. We go in at 17-17, and we're locked up. And I'm not happy with several things, but one of the things I wasn't happy with is back-to-back games we started slow on defense. So Austin P 2 weeks ago, they had 3 possessions in the first half, scored 2 out of 3. Eastern Kentucky has 3 possessions and scores on all 3 possessions. So we go in, and there's some spirited conversations that happen between the coaches and players at halftime, and we're making adjustments and getting things straight. And then just came out in the second half, John, and we dominated them in the second half. It really took care of them on defense and shut them out in the second half. 17's all they got. We closed up some of the escape hatches that their quarterback was getting out of the pocket, and started getting to him. And Henry had a sack and a half. But we started playing a lot better on defense. We turned around and we played well on offense in the second half. John, you got to look for a long time to go back to our last turnover on offense. But not turning the ball over on offense and scoring points, and then really running the football well behind our offensive line, who's working hard, and our tight ends, and then our wide receivers. 2 of Josh Dunn's big runs on Saturday. Anson Kraut with his block on a linebacker or a DB springs the run, same as it did in the Utah Tech game.
Yes, I mean, shout out Anson Kraut. He had a couple nice catches, and he was a beast out there blocking.
When he plays well. Our coaching staff's got to do a better job of getting him on the field. But offensively, and then in the kicking game, we haven't missed in a while. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. We haven't missed in a while, and we're hitting kicks, and that's a good thing to see also.
Yeah, and I imagine, when the offense goes down and it pays off in points, it just makes everybody a little happier and pays off all that effort that's going on. A few things that
one of our deficiencies, and Henry may be able to speak to this later, is I get the impression sometimes over the last year or two when our offense is playing really well, our defense goes, yeah, and then we have a letdown on defense, and we've got to stop some of that. But we've been in the second half of the last 2 weeks, John. We've been really good on defense.
Really dang good. A few things that stood out to me, Coach, that we can talk about. First of all, time of possession. It was 38 to 20-something. We had the ball. When we had the ball, we held on to it, like you had mentioned, and then we had a lot of really nice sustained drives.
Sure.
How many plays we had versus them. I mean, I looked at the tackles, and, I think actually Henry Harper, I think, led the team with 5 tackles. And that's crazy. I mean, Adamski usually has 9 or 10 himself, but they didn't have the ball a whole lot. I mean, we kept the ball, and we pushed it down the field over long, sustained efforts.
70-plus plays on offense for us to their 44 plays on defense. And as a coach, you always want it better. Where we're sitting going, well, what would it have been if we'd have turned them over once or twice?
Yeah.
If we could have turned them over and then kept the ball after we turned them over. If we could have accomplished that feat.
Yeah.
That would have been one of those things where at the end of the game, it'd have been 50 minutes to 10. Time of possession.
For sure. So for those that didn't see the game, there was a crazy play. DB goes up, gets the interception. I felt like he got face masked. He got whipped around, off balance, comes up, starts running down the field. Someone tackles him from behind, punches it out. There's a interception and a fumble. So all the turnovers happened on one play. Crazy stuff. That's football, though, right? You just never know what's coming. I thought that
we have to be more responsible with the football.
Sure.
Our defense comes up with a good play, and a young man gets he gets a gift. The ball's in his lap. He's got to tuck the football away, be more responsible with it. Ball security has to be better.
No doubt. Defensive stops, third down efficiency, fourth down efficiency, still 100% on the year. The T-Birds gone for it a few times, and able to convert every single fourth down we've gone for this whole year. That's crazy. And we'll just highlight some of the offensive players, and then we'll highlight some of the defense. But Shane Carr, 7 catches for 124 yards, 50 yards after completion, after the catch. Bronson Barron, 18 for 25 for 256, no interceptions. Josh Dye, come on, man. This guy's a stud. 221 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's 22 touchdowns on the year. 1 away from tying the school record. 2 games left. Looks nice. Things are looking good for him to get that record. They found the groove, Coach. It's exciting. I have a question for Henry. Henry, chime in here. I'm going to ask you this question from the player's perspective. you can see in the last 4 games that things have dramatically changed on the defense, right? I mean,
absolutely.
You went from 39.5 points per game to about 17 now, almost 18 points a game.
Yeah, that's a huge improvement.
What have you seen? Tell us. I mean, obviously there's been some staff changes, but from the player's perspective, what has changed to allow that offense to be, I mean, Mr. Jekyll and Dr. Hyde, or Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, whatever it is. How's it changed so dramatically?
The one thing that I've noticed amongst just the players has just been a huge increase in confidence, and they're just having a lot more fun, it looks like, just out there. They're enjoying being out there. They're just having a good time. They're having fun. They seem more relaxed almost out there.
Playing a little more free?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Got it. And then another question from you on Saturday. Great game, by the way. The last 3 or 4 games, you specifically have been playing a lot better football.
Thank you.
What kind of motor does it take to get after the quarterback and have these sacks? It's not a given that people are going to get to the quarterback. That's an effort situation. Talk to us about that. What kind of effort goes into getting all the way to the quarterback and getting them on the ground?
Well, I don't have too many of those, but
you have a few. You have a few.
Yeah, I have a couple, and I'm happy about all of those. But a lot of the time, these sacks aren't just me winning off the edge or someone winning off the edge. It's the whole D line putting in full effort. They're pushing the quarterback out one way. Someone's coming in from behind, or someone's looping underneath. It's usually not just an individual effort. It's the whole D line that's really working together to get these sacks, and that's
the guy in the pocket.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
That's a big one. Especially, Coach said in the first half that guy was kind of had some escape routes that he was. So I imagine secondary doing their job, making sure there's no one to pass to. There's a lot that goes into it for sure. Being in the right place at the right time always helps too.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, if someone flushes them out right into you, that works too. Man, just really exciting to watch this defense. Coach, who are some defensive standouts? Talked a little bit about the offense. Other than Henry here, who else played well for you on Saturday night?
Yeah, well, Henry played well, and we talked about him. Trayvon Swanigan had about as big an impact as you can have in a game and not make a tackle.
Hurries.
But yeah, he had him flushed several times, and he had him on some QB hurries. Absolutely. Lando Brown played well, and Lando usually plays well. Mason Stromstead and Sebastian Adamski, along with Josh Dunn, are solid at that linebacker position. We were serviceable in the defensive secondary, and when I say that, we were serviceable at the safety position. Our corners played pretty well on Saturday.
Agreed.
Mikey Allen's playing well, and Tim Christian is playing well.
TC, yep.
And then the other one that's playing well and probably needs a little more playing time than he's getting is Sean Mays. But Sean Mays is getting a little better each week, kind of like Henry is.
Yeah.
And we're excited about him going forward.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about a subject I know you know an awful lot about and love to talk about. Let's talk about winning, okay?
Yeah.
And there's a few explanations and definitions, but let's talk a little bit about winning. And what does it mean to you? Good catch. What does it mean to you, and how does it affect you as a team and as individuals?
Yeah. You want to try one time?
Yeah, I'll try. Winning. So for me and for a lot of the guys that I'm around, like I said earlier, it's just a huge boost in confidence. It just helps us so much, and I mean, I love winning. I love it. I do. It's
good. We like to hear that.
Losing's not a great time, and it does affect the team, but winning is just, man, there's not a better feeling. And especially on the streak we're on right now, it's been really great for the team.
Awesome.
Gabe Nunez said it a couple of weeks ago on the show. He said it makes everything better. He goes, you go to tie your shoes, and just tying your shoes is better than a week after you're not successful. I never liked the word a whole lot, and I don't use it with the players a whole lot. And we talk about success. John, is Henry right? He's 100% right. And is Gabe right? He's 100% right. When you're successful, it makes everything around you a little bit better than when you're unsuccessful. I'll take a left turn to your question.
Okay.
I think the journey's the prize.
Mm-hmm.
I think the journey is in the prize and the relationships that you make. And, you know, I clown you and the donors for – you go on trips that are not fun trips. but the other donors jumping on so they could see UK basketball, yeah. But the relationships that our players have with the donors and coaches have with the donors, and my love and admiration for Eric Levitt and Brian Wood and Dave Morris and yourself and all that, I think the success lies in that. The couples that come each week and watch this show, I think that for me is the success. And I've had to get off of wins and losses being your tell-all, end-all, it being everything in your life. I've had to get away from that and get back to the relationships that you're building and an opportunity to better these young men's lives through the adversity and the success. But when you asked about the winning for me, yeah, is it important? Yes, it's important. It's probably more important for somebody sitting at home watching it on TV or a fan at the game than maybe it is for someone like me.
You know, I thought about this. We kind of texting back and forth this morning talking about the topic of winning, and I think about it a lot, but I look at it more as maybe not so much an end result, like you're saying, more of a journey. The reality is, if you give 100% of yourself, that's a win. If you are on time, that's a win. If you can control the controllables, that's a win. If you can buy into the process, that's a win. Executing your process is a win every time, even if the score is not reflective of that. You know, the reality is we could, with our guys and our resources and our circumstances, we could go and really do 100% effort, execute a game plan against the top 10 team in the country, FBS squad like Utah, for example. We might not going to win on the scoreboard, but there's a lot of great things that we can pull out from those efforts, from knowing where you're supposed to be, from weightlifting in the off season. Those are all wins, right? So you can stack those wins. Sometimes it's not going to show on the scoreboard, but the reality is that process you were talking about, the journey, relationships, attracting good people. Those are all wins in my book, and it's been a lot of fun. Look,
George Halas, the owner, he finished as the owner of the Chicago Bears, but he's also the coach of the Chicago Bears. His famous quote was, "Nobody who ever gave their all regretted it," and it's all true. John, we go to Eastern Kentucky, and it's not real close. It's closer than here to where I'm from, but at our last stop, our cornerback Anthony Taylor drives over from North Carolina to spend the weekend with us, and he, "Hey, Coach, can I please get a picture with you?" Anthony, you're in your 30s. I should be asking you for a picture with you.
That's cool.
But just really proud of the man he's become and who he is now. Michael Ambrose flies down from New York City, and he was a wide receiver for us at the last school. And Michael Ambrose flies down from New York City, brings his father with him. So we've got Michael and Jack there, and those are wins. My little league football coach driving by himself the day of the game and watching that whole game, and then turning around driving 6.5 hours home. Yeah, that's success.
That's pretty cool, man. Yeah. After the game, we were kind of mulling around on the field, and there was this little league football team. And they went, and now obviously they're from the Lexington area, Richmond area. They're not from Utah, but I tell you what, they went up to almost every single player, asked for the autograph. They're trying to get signatures on everything, and they, you just realize, you know, these young kids, they look up to you, regardless of whether you're, you know, on the winning team or the losing team, or the home team or the away team. It's just cool. I thought it was so neat. Those kids, man, they were beaming. Ear to ear, man. They were jumping up and down like, "Oh, we got his autograph." It was really neat to see the camaraderie just in the sport of football, and that's a win too. Just to see those young guys coming up, looking up to our guys, and it's a good thing. Our guys are good students, good athletes, and good people.
When it comes to smiles, Thunderbird fans know who to trust: Webster Orthodontics, the preferred orthodontist of SUU Athletics. They're the reason Thor the Thunderbird has that beautiful game day grin, and they can do the same for you. Whether it's braces or Invisalign, Webster Ortho provides personalized care and outstanding results, proudly supporting SUU Athletics and our community. Visit webstersmiles.com today to schedule your consultation. Webster Orthodontics. Show off that Thunderbird smile.
Speaking of students and people, let's now focus on Mr. Henry Harper. He's our student spotlight. He's here courtesy of Visit Cedar City. Brian Head. Man, great game on Saturday.
Yeah, thank you. It was really fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Really playing better. Let's talk a little bit about you. Where are you from, and what is your story? I mean, Coach was giving us a little preview earlier. First of all, where are you from, and then tell us how you got here.
So I grew up in Bountiful, Utah, just a little bit north of Salt Lake City. Grew up there my whole life. Went to Bountiful High School.
Bountiful Braves? Well,
Bountiful Braves.
Yeah.
They changed it for, anyways, for
I got
some
you.
odd reason.
Hey,
I don't
I'm
know
from
why.
Cedar. I get it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can feel your pain.
Well, they're
Anyway,
ridiculous,
Bountiful.
but Bountiful Braves.
You can't be a Redman. You can't be a Brave.
No, can't do it.
Just how it is nowadays.
I'm always going to be a Red Man. You're always going to be a Brave, I bet.
Always,
Yeah, there you go.
always.
Anyway, so you're in Bountiful?
In Bountiful, played football my whole life from 8 all the way up to, well, now and for the future.
Awesome.
But graduated at Bountiful High, decided to go on a 2-year church mission for my church. I went to Texas. Don't really like Texas too much. I don't like any of the schools over there, but it was a really good time. Stayed there for 2 years in the Texas Lubbock mission. Learned and grew a lot. Actually went from 180 pounds all the way up to 215 in about 3 months. So
Well, hey,
got kind of chubby, but
West Texas, they know how to cook out there, too.
oh yeah, lots of barbecue and
Yeah,
brisket. It was
that's what's
a
up.
great time. And then came home and came to SEU. I remember Coach Hunt calling me up, and I was like, "Hey, can I come play ball at SEU?" And he's like, "Absolutely, we'll get you down here." And he called me, and 3 days later, I'm down here at SEU looking for an apartment. Found one, got super lucky, and the rest is kind of history.
So walk on.
No, your story's a little better than that. You walk on. Almost the first thing our coaching staff does is move him from DB to defensive end.
So he was a safety in high school,
Yeah,
is that
played
right?
safety. Yeah.
And it's a project. It's a long shot at best, but each semester and maybe each week since Henry got moved to the defensive end position, he's gotten a little bigger and a little stronger, and he's gotten a little better, a little more comfortable with the position, at least from the outside looking in. That's the way it's looked for me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I've definitely got a lot more comfortable. Coach Maggs has done a great job. He's worked with me quite a bit, with my safety and maybe a month of linebacker background, but he's worked with me quite a bit to kind of help me get comfortable and confident with the abilities and the things that I need to do as a defensive end. It's been really
John,
great.
everything Henry's done has been under the radar to the point his defense, you might have been here, you've been here a whole year. So you've been here a fall and a spring or maybe 2 springs and a fall.
Yep.
And we've got summer camp here, and his high school team is here, and his defensive coordinator. And his defensive coordinator said, y'all got any kids from our area? And I was like, yeah, well, we got so-and-so and so-and-so and Henry Harper. And he goes, Henry Harper? I said, yeah, Jason, Henry's here. He goes, I had no idea Henry Harper was even in college or playing football. So his high school defensive coordinator didn't know he was here, didn't know he was playing football. You've been under the radar. Hey, still under the radar.
I kind of keep to myself quite a bit.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, though. So you're from Bountiful. You've been here how many years? What's your status as far as junior, senior, redshirt? What do you got going there?
So I've been here this is my 3rd fall for playing football. So I'm a redshirt sophomore, redshirted my first year.
Got it.
And I think I'm a senior in college, but sophomore in football. So after this, I get my master's and just go from there, I guess.
I love it. So you got 2 more years after this year in
Yes.
eligibility-wise.
Yes.
Going to leave here Dr. Harper.
Dr. Harper.
Hey, that's all right with
Yeah.
me. That's okay.
Love it. Speaking of academics, what are you studying? What are you into?
So right now I am getting a degree in finance with a minor in business management.
Now we're talking.
Yeah. No, it's a great time. So the things that I kind of want to, well, that's been really fun for me. I love finance.
That's a good base. What are you planning on doing with those base?
So I have a really, really big dream. I do. So I learned from a guy that I knew back home, and he became really successful in the land development and real estate investment area, and that's exactly what I want to do. I saw how much success that this one guy had. I'm like, if he can do it, I can do it. If I can play football for my whole life and go through the things that I do, I can do some real estate development. And
one day you're gonna land your private jet. A banker is gonna walk up, and you're gonna say, "You remember me?" And he's gonna be like, "No, who are you?" And then you're gonna be like, "Yeah, Henry Harper's the name."
Henry Harper's the name. Remember it.
Yeah, remember the name, baby. Cool. No, I think look, I think if you put your mind to it, you've obviously done some great things transforming your body from a safety to a D end. Yeah, you can get after it and make those dreams come true for sure. One last question. What's your favorite moment thus far? You've been with the team 3 falls. What's your favorite moment as a T-Bird?
As a T-Bird, wow, that is a big question. I think personally for me, my favorite moment of all time, man, I think it was that first sack that I ever got as a defensive end. That was pretty special. My parents were there. Some extended family was there. It was just great.
Electricity through your body.
I'll never.
It was euphoric. It was crazy.
Against Eastern Kentucky, I'll never forget it because the surprised look on his face that it had happened.
I just can't believe they gave one to me. It was pretty crazy.
They didn't give it to you. You earned it.
You earned it. Yeah, you were on the field. You earned it. Okay,
EKU thinks you're a really good player.
Yeah, I know. I know. They're scared of me now.
Oh,
That's all right,
shoot. Okay, I lied to you. I got one other question. Okay, so you got 2 years left. What's your aim to improve? You've gone from safety to a minute at backer, and you're here at what do you need to do to become your fullest potential? What are you going to work on?
So I think there's three big things that I need to work on. Number one is my body weight. I'm a skinny guy. My dad's 6'5", and he's a pretty skinny guy, so it's hard for me to pack on weight, but I'm trying. And
Cafe Sabor is going to help you here in a little bit. We'll get after it anyway.
I'd love that. And then flexibility. I'm kind of stiff. I need to learn how to bend my hips a little bit more and get down and get back up again. And then third is just overall just technique, just getting more moves in my bag, just things that I can throw out onto the field and just keep working different moves all the time on these offensive tackles.
Yeah, love it. A man that knows what he needs to improve is one that's going to be dangerous. So good for you. Thank you for being here, Henry. Excuse me. Again, that's our student spotlight. Visit Cedar City, Brian Head. We've got another segment of the show. Pizza Hut is sponsoring the Pizza My Mind question. Coach, I'm actually drawing a blank on my Pizza My Mind question. Do you have a question for me?
Not at all.
Henry, do you have a question?
Oh, man. How long you been doing podcasting for?
Literally for 2 years now.
That's it?
That's
so
not true.
Here's the genesis of the podcast. Yeah. 4? Oh, has it been 4 years?
He's on 4 with me. And
that's embarrassing.
You did some before we got here.
No, yeah, not really.
Yeah, a little bit.
Nah.
A little bit.
We had a situation. Anyway, here's the genesis. Here's how this all started. So Coach Fitz and I, this is his first year. We're out playing golf in the summertime, and we're talking about, hey, what are some ways that we can get the new coach in front of the public, right? Now he's a little rough around the edges, so we didn't want to do it live and in person. So he's like, I said, Coach, why not do a podcast? That way we can kind of control the environment, control the message, and get it out to the people. And he said, John, I'll only do it if you do it too. And so that's the genesis of this show.
Oh, I think that's a fair deal, I guess.
Yeah. And early on, it was just kind of a thing. We went and asked permission to do it, and there was no plans of having a coach's show, and we just kind of winged it, didn't we?
It gained some legs of its own.
It did. It got some. Now we're at Cafe Sabor. We have our own signs. I mean, yeah, this is
just turn into the
follow
real deal.
your dreams, Henry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even you can have a beautiful sign in a Mexican restaurant.
Hey, that's what. Yeah, I'd love that one day for sure.
There you go. So thanks for having the Pizza Hut Pizza My Mind question. That I actually asked it earlier. That was my bad. I need more years, more experience in the podcast game, so I don't give all my questions away early. Let's preview Central Arkansas. We've got 2 games left, Coach.
Central Arkansas.
Yeah, what did I say?
Not the Wildcats. Not
one of them cats.
They are the Bears.
They are purple.
I love purple.
But they are the Bears.
I love purple.
Yeah, we learned that. Well, not even the hard way. I mean, I think we even won the game that we kind of forgot the name of the mascot.
We didn't.
We didn't? Did we get beat? Oh, that was at home, too. But then the next year we did good. We beat them down there.
We did.
All right. Well,
we did.
All right, so let's talk about the Central Arkansas Bears from, is it Conway, Arkansas?
That is correct. Nice town.
Nice little town. I like it.
Nice town, nice campus, so nice stadium.
Good people. They were welcoming people.
Got a pretty good setup there for football. But coached by Nathan Brown. Nathan's done a nice job. He is a lifetime Central Arkansas guy. He played there, was an All-American D2 player there, really good quarterback. Spent a year in the NFL, 2009. So if you take away 2009, he hadn't left Conway since about 2004, 2005 when he got there out of high school. But he's been there his whole career, quarterbacks coach, offensive coordinator, now head coach, does a nice job there. Their defensive coordinator retired last year, so they have a new defensive coordinator. And what Nathan did is he went back out and hired his previous defensive coordinator to come back, doing a good job on the defensive side of the ball. Are they in a bit of a rebuilding phase? Yeah, just a little bit. But, John, they have good players. Anytime you have a kid get drafted third, fourth round in the NFL, you're not
Walker, right?
Yeah, David Walker, what a player he was. You're not going to replace him the following year, but they've got a couple of guys on defense playing. They're as balanced on defense as anybody we've played this year, a bunch of guys with 40-plus tackles. And then you flip over on the offensive side of the ball, and the quarterback played a lot better last week than he played 2 weeks ago, so he's got it moving in the right direction. They have the second best running back in the conference.
Big kid.
And the young man does a nice job. Number 0 does a nice job because when they block it well, he hits it for a lot.
Yeah, oh, sure does.
But when they don't block it well, he goes for 6 or 8 yards. Reminds me of the same guy we have in our locker room. But but he's a good player. And then they've got a wide receiver. I think I'm getting this right. The tailback is 0, and the wide receiver's number 6. And anyway, number 6 he went off for 130 yards on us last year. So we have to know where he's at on the field and defend him. But good football player. Always been impressed with how hard Central Arkansas plays, John, and then how well they play on special teams. Not a football team that beats themselves. You've got to actually play well to beat them. And after a tough EKU game for them at home, they went on the road last week and had every opportunity to beat Austin Peay.
What a game.
What a game. That's right. And our coaching staff got to sit and watch the fourth quarter because our game had ended. They lose, I'm going to get it wrong, 41-38 or 40-38, 42-38, somewhere in there. But played really well on offense and had opportunities to win the football game. John, good football program. I'm thankful that we're playing them at home and not on the road.
Yeah. Their media team's great. 2 years ago, we were I don't know what we were doing, Coach.
You didn't do it. We were talking about the mascots and one of those fake it till you make it moments. I tried to pretend that I knew what their mascot was, and I just guessed that it was some type of cat.
It was a good guess because, 80%. Anyway, their media team was awesome. They could have really kind of dragged us, and they did a little bit, but in a funny way. They did commercials about it, and they took the bear and gave it whiskers, and then they changed their logo to one of them cats. It was really funny and actually added a little spice and a little fun to the game there. So shout out to their media team. Good job, guys.
That's when we knew. That was the first time me and you knew somebody was watching.
Well, that is true, yeah.
We thought we were just recording for our own entertainment.
We thought we were broadcasting into dead air space. But, someone actually did listen that week.
John, what are we going to do? John said we're going to hang out with Regan today.
That's it.
We're going to hang out with Regan in the radio studio. Yeah, we slip up and get the mascot wrong, and all of a sudden we get 1,000 hits, and they're making spoofs of our screw up.
The Twitter blew up, and it was like 12,000 views, and it was pretty cool.
We would like to be clear that it is the University of Central Arkansas Bears.
Yes, with our apologies from 2 years ago. Coach, anything else you want to talk about the Central Arkansas Bears or winning or anything in general?
Last home game, and it's senior night, and senior night always worries you because it can go one or two different ways. Your kids can embrace it. Hey, last time I'm going to play, I leave it all on the field. Or they can get to thinking and reminiscing, and it can be the first time that certain family members have been in the stadium for a home game or even a game at all, and they can get emotional and not play well. So as a head coach, those things worry you, John. But it is our last home game for everybody in Cedar City and for all of our fans and students and everything. It's the last chance to see us play in person. And this is, if nobody's noticed over the last 4 weeks, this is a special group now. Special group of young men, and what a fun ride they've taken us on for the last month.
Absolutely. So I'm going to use a big word here. I'm going to exhort the people of Cedar City, the SUU faithful. We need Thunderbird Nation. We need the Thunder Crew. We need all those that are in the range and the sound of my voice to come on out Saturday. It's going to be a beautiful thing. We've got something. We're in a groove. We're cooking. It's going to be a great show. Central Arkansas is coming to town. We need to, like we did at Eastern Kentucky, we need to wake up with some bad intentions on Saturday morning and get after those guys early and often. And with the help of Thunderbird Nation and Cedar City and the students there at Southern Utah University cheering you along, I think it's. Look, I preview. I'm hopeful. I'm a fan. I think it could be a big night for the program to win there at home and push us into that last game, which means a lot. When you go into that last game, you're on a 5-game, 6-game winning streak, or 5-game winning streak. It's last year, NAU kind of bumped us out of the playoffs. We were the first out. They were the first in because they were on a heater. Man, we just need to get after it and let the chips fall where they may. Win this Saturday at home, and then again take care of business from there on out. But you never know. Henry Harper, you have any shout outs for Thunderbird Nation family?
Yeah, I got a few. I'd like to shout out my mom and dad for being great parents. I'd like to shout out my brother's. My brother, he started an ice cream company up in northern Utah.
Stop it. Are you serious?
It's the thing. See, now I've got a mentor. Henry's brother's going to be my mentor.
Let's go.
No,
we're going to franchise it.
When I'm telling you, it's the best ice cream you've ever had in your
What's it called?
It's called Blacksmith's Ice Cream.
Blacksmith's.
There's one in Mill Creek and one in Bountiful. I'm telling you, next time you guys go up north, any one of y'all, it's the best place ever.
If you're in the area, get it on Google.
It's so good.
Map it out. Get you some Blacksmith's ice cream.
It's the best. And then one more, my awesome girlfriend, Elliot Bringhurst. She's on the gymnastics team here at SU, so shout out to her in the gymnastics program. It's pretty awesome.
Fantastic.
Henry, how long y'all been dating?
2 years. Just over 2 years. Yeah.
You know, everywhere else in the world, that's like just starting off. But here in Cedar City, Utah,
it's a long time.
Man, the clock is ticking, brother.
Yeah, once y'all hit 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That became a long
60
courtship.
days. 60 days is a long courtship.
60 days.
Yeah, 60 days. Yeah. Anyway.
A long courtship. But hey,
very cool. Thanks for coming.
2 years, 24 years old. Yeah. You only have a few months, and we're going to have to turn you into Elder Young. Yeah. We're going to have Elder
That's
Young
right.
to talk about it.
We're going to have a menace to society on our hands. Anyway, thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
Coach, shout outs.
I'm going to forget somebody. Shout out to everybody that made it out to the game at Eastern Kentucky. Ashley and Ava, my father, Delane Sr., my mother, Beth, and my stepfather, David Angus, Adam Quinto, who was a college teammate and roommate, and his wife, Amanda, and Travis Harrison Joan, my best friend growing up and grew up playing 3 sports with, and him and his wife, and my little league coach, Tom Four, who made the trip all in one day, and we talked about Michael and Jack Ambrose, and then Anthony Taylor, and I know I'm forgetting somebody.
Delane Fitzgerald Sr. was there?
He was there. I said that one.
Okay.
I got that one, so can't forget Pops.
Nope.
Forget Pops, I get cut off. You get cut out of the will. I want my $5. My college teammate Andy Bonham and his family were there, and it was really cool to see them. And then a big one now, old foe and adversary. You know, we were playing on small college on the East Coast. I'd run into Mick Cable and his son, Coach Cable. I'd run into them all the time, but got to see Coach Cable is now retired in that area, and got to see Coach Cable and his son, Coach Cable. But it was great to see them on Saturday and get to hang out with them for a few minutes. And I still feel like I'm forgetting somebody, big shout out, last shout out, because I've done a bunch here, okay? Angelo LeVar is back home watching, and Coach LeVar was my junior college head coach, and he was our offensive line coach at Frostburg State University, and still the best football coach that I've ever been around and ever coached with. But I know he's watching and wanted to send him a big shout out.
That's cool, man. My quick shout outs, Regan Hunsaker, always a professional, doing his thing for us and being behind the scenes, making us look as good as we can.
He's as good as I've been with.
Yeah. Also, Jeff Tukuafu and Ryan Hunt. Man, those guys do a lot behind the scenes as well to make sure things run as smooth as possible. Not perfect, but very, very well done. And then Critter for getting us Critter got us out to the UK facilities and into the basketball game. Those were those were good tickets he got us.
Well, he worked there for 4 years. He should have been able to get your full ticket.
He was an assistant.
I'm so tired of hearing about Kentucky basketball. I'm so sick to death. It's a football show. It's a football podcast. I don't want to hear about Kentucky
didn't ruin
basketball.
your shutouts,
hey,
your shout-outs.
Even if I wasn't North Carolina basketball is a lot better. Sorry. Hey, the other color blue is better than y'all's blue. Don't want to hear no more about it.
Shout out Nick Robinson, assistant coach of UK basketball.
Whoever that is.
Also a former head coach of the Thunderbirds.
About golf. Hey, it's time to cut this show off. I heard enough about dark blue basketball.
For Henry Harper, Coach Delane Fitzgerald, I'm Jon Smith signing off. Go Thunderbirds.
Go T-Birds.